Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show, Friday, December 5th, 2014, with another eBay video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the out of stock option in detail explained. We're also going to be talking about last week's Google Hangout, some returns, how to handle an issue when you buy something on eBay and the item is either not as described or it has some other problem. So let's get started. First of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about last week's Google Hangout. It was my first Google Hangout ever, and for those of you guys who participated, thank you. For those of you guys who liked it, thank you. A few of you guys offered some constructive criticism, and thank you too. I will continue to do my normal eBay videos on Friday, just like always, but occasionally I'll be throwing in Google Hangouts now and then. For the most part, it will be to discuss eBay topics. I don't have a firm date when I'll do the next one. However, I'm going to try and do a few things a little differently. My next Google Hangout will be at night from my house because several people wrote in and said they weren't able to attend the one last week live. And I should tell you that it was on Black Friday, and I purposely scheduled it for 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I knew Black Friday was going to be a dead sales day, as it is every year, unless you work in a mall, in which case you're booming. But I'm glad I scheduled it then. I had very few interruptions. Tom Taylor was on, as was Dave Rayer, and thanks to them for participating, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of them in the future. And the reason only 2 people were on camera, for those that have been asking, is because I only sent links out to those 2 gentlemen. They were the only 2 people that I actually asked to be on camera. But for next time, I'll publicize it ahead of time. And if any of you guys want to be on camera, that's great. I'll send you a link. Alright? Now, while I'm on the topic of Black Friday, I was going to save this for later, but I'll work it in right now. Could I ask you how your eBay sales were over the Thanksgiving weekend? Specifically, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. And if you have a brick and mortar store, I'd also like to know how your walk-in sales were on those 3 days as well. I'll tell you about mine really quick. Black Friday, I knew was going to be a fail. It always is a fail, because if you're not in a mall, people aren't going to come in. So that's why I actually scheduled the Google Hangout for last week on Black Friday. My eBay sales, I did have a few, but very few, and it was disappointing, but again, I expected that. Small Business Saturday is something that American Express started several years ago, and it's a great idea, but it's never taken off, and I really don't think it ever will. My eBay sales on Saturday were slow. Slower than I would have expected. However, on the plus side, Cyber Monday came through. I did well on eBay Cyber Monday. Even walk-in sales were good on Cyber Monday. So Cyber Monday definitely stood up and took notice. I'm wondering how you guys did on those 3 days. In the past, I've talked about returns and about specifically how I have a problem with people buying one hubcap and thinking they're getting all 4. Now, I haven't had any of that for a long time, knock wood, but I had one just the other day. So what I'm going to do, as long as I don't forget, I'm going to post the link below to a specific eBay auction I'm running. You can clearly see there is one hubcap in the picture. In the title bar, it says there is one hubcap for sale. In the description, it says there's one hubcap for sale. I would like to know if any of you guys can conceivably tell me how somebody could buy this item and think he's getting 4 factory hubcaps with free shipping for $49.95. It just boggles my head. And it happened again. The guy's got very low feedback. His feedback rating is 4. And that's only because I already left him positive feedback. Otherwise it would be 3. But he returned the cap because he thought he was getting 4, which he's not getting. Well, we're on the topic of, returns and problems. Over the years, we've talked about what to do if you have a problem with something you buy on eBay. And I've always said that I believe in giving the seller a chance to make it right. Sometimes mistakes happen, okay? Alright guys, I'd like to talk about returns now and what to do when there's a problem on eBay. Now, as you know, I consider myself a friend of the seller. And I think that sellers should be given a chance to make something right when there is a problem. For instance, let's say you send somebody something and you send the wrong color or the wrong size because you made a mistake, an honest mistake. You should be allowed to make good for that. And I always complain about people who open cases needlessly. So let me tell you a true story of something that happened to me the other day where I was a buyer on eBay and something didn't go right. So I haven't been buying a lot on eBay because it's easier for me to go to junkyards and dealerships and buy in volume. That's the way I prefer to do it. It's quicker and it's easier for me to buy hundreds of pieces at a time instead of buying just 3 or 4 on eBay. But occasionally I'll see a real hot item or a real good deal that I just can't pass up. So the other night, actually it was last week, I was on eBay and just checking out a few items, and I came across a guy who was selling 4 hubcaps. 3 were matching and 1 was odd. The 3 matching ones I really didn't have any use for. However, the oddball cap was something I really needed and I wanted and I knew I could make a profit on. So what the heck? The auction was ending in about 15 minutes. I sniped it and I won the item. I paid right away with PayPal. So I guess it took the guy about, I'd say at least 3 or 4 days to even ship the item out. And he does ship it out, and the guy had, pretty decent feedback. And, to be honest with you, I don't even know what his feedback percentage was, but I do know that his feedback number was fairly high. I wasn't concerned. So I get the 4 hubcaps, I open the box up here, and the 3 that I really didn't want were exactly as described. The one really hot number that I did want, he didn't even send. Instead, he substituted a less valuable hubcap with no center emblem on it. Now, I don't know if he was trying to dick me over or if it was just an honest mistake, but I do believe in giving everybody a chance. So I contacted him and I made sure I chose the first option so it wouldn't open a case against the guy. I said, listen, the hubcaps arrived today. The 3 hubcaps that match I really wasn't interested in. Those are fine, but the one I really wanted was the oddball one, and you didn't send me that one in the picture. You sent me something else, something from an older model, and it doesn't even have a center emblem on it. Would you please send me the hubcap that I paid for? Okay? And he wrote back to me within 2 hours, I'd say, which was fine. I think that was very reasonable. And he said to me, sure thing, I'll send it out tomorrow. But he didn't say what the problem was. Like, I would have expected him to say, oh, I'm sorry, my wife packed the order and she must have given you the wrong hubcap by accident. Or maybe I sent your hubcap to someone else and you got the other guy's hub. No, he just acted like, okay, no problem, I'll send it tomorrow. Which kind of shocked me a little. I expected him to clarify what the problem was, but he never did. Anyhow, I'm willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt as long as he sends me the hubcap I paid for. I always like to give sellers the benefit of the doubt because I am a seller myself and so are most of you. Let us now move on to the main topic, the out-of-stock option. We've been talking about this for a few weeks, and some people have been writing comments on my previous videos about a fact that seems to be in dispute. There are some people that feel they are being charged for the eBay out-of-stock option when their item quantity falls to 0 and they do not replenish the item. Now, I always believed that was not true, that eBay would not be charging anything. Because I know I heard this before from Griff on eBay Radio. So, some of the people were very insistent, some of you subscribers, that they were being charged. So I decided to go right to the authority myself, to Griff, and find out, and that's exactly what I have done. So I can come on camera and I can say authoritatively what the deal is. I called in eBay Radio yesterday, Thursday. And if any of you want to listen to that show live, it's in the archives, you can hear it. And I said, Griff, would you please tell for the record, I said, a lot of my subscribers think they're being charged if they let their auctions deplete and don't replenish it for 3 months. Would you please clarify that? And he said, sure, Joe, I'll clarify it. Absolutely no. Nobody will be charged for any listings that run out of stock that are not replenished. Now keep in mind, if 3 months do go by and you do not replenish those listings, eBay will then step in and automatically cancel the listing. However, you will not be charged. He went furthermore to say if any of you are charged for the listing, that he will step in. He wants to see your, I guess, bill, or he wants you to contact him directly and he will step in. But again, to reiterate, if you opt into the out of stock option and you go 3 months without replenishing your stock, you will not be charged a relisting fee. This is according to Griff, and I'm passing it on. I called up and I asked him specifically to address that, and he did. I thank him for that. So guys, you can rest assured that it is okay to opt into the out of stock option, and there's just really no loss that I can see on that. I've had several items run out since I last spoke to you, at least 6 of them. Some of them I have repopulated, some I haven't. Okay? But it's a win-win situation. If anybody has any evidence to the contrary, please mention it below and we can use that as fodder for a discussion. I could always call Griff back, but no, he was adamant, you will not be charged. Okay? So, alright. I'm not going to cover anything else tonight. Alright? What I would like to hear from you guys, to rehash in the comment box below, if you have any comments about the out of stock option, positive or negative, you're free to comment then. If you'd like to tell us how your sales were on Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday, whether it be eBay sales or your local brick and mortar sales, feel free to comment and share below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you'd like to maybe see another Google Hangout with me in the future and like to participate and be on camera, that'd be great. You don't have to commit right now because I'll give you plenty of time when I'm going to do it. When I did last week's, I gave everybody a week notice, and I'll give you at least a week's notice next time. If you're having any problems with returns, especially you guys who have opted into the extended holiday returns program as I have, I've had only one single return, and it's because the guy did not read the listing. It's amazing. It just flies in the face of reality. And you'll see the link below. When you have a picture of one hubcap, the listing says 1, the description says 1, and the price is $49.95 with free shipping, that a person could think they're getting 4 factory items for that price. You know, I just don't get it. But alright, I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. Thanks for watching once again a Friday episode of the Crazy New York Driver Show. Hope to see you all next week. Comments, concerns below. Thank you. Good night.